Hi there. I'm very excited about my guest, but before I get to my guest, I have a little message from our sponsor. Hi there. Have you been looking for a science curriculum with a Christian worldview? Well, look no further than Light Lab. I've known Suzanne O'Shara since I created the movie Let There Be Light. And this is a science curriculum with lessons for kids to explore the nature of light and Jesus Christ, the light of the world. It's a book for kids between ages 8 and 12. It consists of 12 lessons on the nature of light with hands-on activities that are simple and engaging. The Bible studies revolve around God as the creator, his plan for mankind through Christ, and the importance of knowing his word and the Holy Spirit's role in the lives of Christians. So check it out today, Light Lab. Just click on the link, and if you enter SAM10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. So check it out now for your discount and enjoy. This is the Sam Sorbo Show. I'm your host, Sam Sorbo, and I'm joined now by Abraham Hamilton, who comes to us from the American Family Association. He is a public policy analyst, also a general counsel, and the father of 6 young children. And so we're going to talk today about what's happening in our schools with the parents' outcry and the schools basically saying, hey, folks, your kids belong to us. Welcome to the show, Abraham Hamilton.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, this is such a hot topic these days. Parents don't know what to do. And they are very confused at being told that, no, when you surrender your children at the schoolroom doors, they belong to the school and to the teachers. So what do you say about that?
Yeah, I said, first of all, they're grossly misunderstand their roles. But I also say I wonder what it will take for American parents to wake up and realize what has happened with our educational system. The things that happen in tyranny now, it's new in its intensity, but it's not new in its origin and its intentions. And this is really the culmination of really well over 100 years worth of efforts to utilize the school system to separate children from their families and to use they call it education system. I have a hard time using that terminology to describe it that way, but to use it as a mechanism for, I'm just telling you the truth, they use it as a mechanism for creating the social activists of the future. It's no wonder that we've gone from, under Ronald Reagan, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall, to an overwhelming amount of young people pledging their support for a self-described socialist for president. That's not a coincidence. It's actually a feature of how our system of miseducation has been designed.
Yeah, I like that you qualify it with the miss. It's miseducation. I would say uneducation. It's basically the process of removing education from the child. And they've been doing it for well over 100 years. And so now we are at a place where the parents are at a loss, probably because they went to school, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, you have people who protest indoctrination. The reality is they don't have a problem with indoctrination. They just want to be the ones who control how it's done. But when you consider things like dating back to the 1700s, where Horace Mann said those parents who send their children to our government schools, we view them as having given hostages to our cause, hostages. And this is in the 1700s. And then you go forward, Charles Francis Potter, John Dewey, and others. They have intentionally created this system of uneducation, as you described it, and now we're seeing the negative fruit of that. And a part of the problem with parents discerning it is, as you've said, that they've been plugged into this system to where they can't even envision another mechanism of communicating the paideia and nouthesia of their children other than this uneducation system that we have currently.
Yeah, I should point out that Abraham Hamilton has the Hamilton Corner, which is the AFA podcast that he hosts.
You can go to afr.net for American Family Radio. Just
right. So parents are disturbed by this idea that they're giving over their children, and in fact, the schools are the ones that are mistaken, because when we've had lawsuits where parents have sued the school for not teaching their children how to read, and there have been several of those, in every case, the court finds that it is the parent's responsibility. So the parent thinks that they're giving their responsibility to the school, and the school takes not the responsibility, but all of the good stuff and the control, right? So it's this really imbalanced equation. And Now, so what is your message to parents these days? What are you advising them to do?
Yeah, for the longest, I was hesitant to do this. You probably know this, but my wife and I made the decision over 10 years ago to disciple our children from our home. And I think when you consider how far gone the system is, especially if you're a Christian parent, you have no options other than really taking them out of these school systems. I mentioned Charles Francis Potter before.
Hi there, Sam Sorbo here. As you've probably noticed, YouTube has been very busy censoring the content that I produce. So I encourage you to please join me over on Rumble. You can subscribe there and get up to date with everything that I'm putting out there and sharing with our larger community. Please join me on rumble.com. Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4.